there guys, Portalmaster here, and in today's video, let's bring back the old series, Ask Portalmaster. Now, the last time that I made an episode in this series was last August, so it's actually been an entire year since I've done an episode of this, and I figured that now that I am back in the swing of things, I should just go ahead and bring this series back. So, just so you guys know, I will be basically doing it where there will be an Ask Portalmaster episode every 2 months. So, there will be one in August, there will not be one in September, but there will be one in October. Today is going to be a rather short episode because I am just answering the relevant questions from the previous Ask Portalmaster since I feel bad, but you can leave your comments down below and leave me questions to answer in the following episode that will take place in October. So let's get into the questions. Cardboard Chair asks, who is the worst Skylander? Personally, my least favorite character has always been Wrecking Ball. I know I'm gonna catch some heat for that, but I have never liked Wrecking Ball. Although in terms of design, I have to say that Trailblazer is not the greatest character overall. It's basically just a horse on fire, and honestly, it's a Ponyta from Pokemon. It's kind of disappointing. So, personal opinion, Wrecking Ball and Trailblazer. Crips Crutcher asks, what could Com2uS do to make you play Ring of Heroes again? I really like this question because it was relevant when I made the video last year, and now it's relevant because we know they're completely redoing Ring of Heroes. Ultimately, what Com2uS needs to do to make me play Skylanders is make their game feel like a game. As it stands right now, basically the entire point of playing Ring of Heroes is pressing the auto battle button. There is no joy to be found in that. The only time that you are actually using the skills is maybe when you're trying to, do some of the hardest levels that you've played so far. And once you've beaten it the first couple of times, you can basically just hit the auto button and automatically play through it. That's the real reason why I quit playing Ring of Heroes, because it really just felt like I was logging on to press an autoplay button, and ultimately, it's not a game. It's just an auto battler, and I really didn't like that. Amelia asks, have you ever been to a video game convention, or do you plan to go to one sometime? Well, if there are video game conventions in the year 2021, or whenever coronavirus happens to end, then yes, I would like to go to a video game convention someday. It's been a dream of mine personally to go to E3 someday. I would really like to do that, assuming that E3 is a thing, in the future. I really don't know what kind of a game convention I would go to, but personally, I would really like to go to one. This random string of letters asks 3 questions. 1, who's your favorite Skylander? Answer, Whamshell and Nightlight. Who's your least favorite Skylander? I already said that, but it's basically Wrecking Ball. And 3, what's your favorite vehicle? To which the answer is Buzzwing, purely because you can hit the button to make the wings flap. The Lion's Roar Production says, do you plan on doing another room tour anytime soon? I also like this question because despite the fact that it's from a year ago, the answer is, still I would like to do a room tour very soon. I'm in the process of trying to rework a couple of things in here and get a few things settled, but yes, a room tour is something I would like to do really soon. I recently got this brand new TV, and if you're curious, you can get a partial room tour in my Completing My Collection series. The very first episode in that shows a little bit of a tour around my room and shows off a few of the Skylanders that I don't have and do have. FluxyX asks, what's your opinion on Chase variant Skylanders? Are they a neat piece to any collection, or are they a way for eBay sellers to prey on your wallet? I actually think that Chase variants are really cool, despite the fact that I don't own any. Personally, they're just way too expensive for me to justify getting. Especially when I was younger and the franchise was actually active, I definitely did not have the money to shell out, for all these gigantic, expensive Chase variant characters. Someday I would like to try and see if I could acquire a lot of the Chase variants, maybe when I have access to adult money, when I have a real job, maybe I'll try and actually go back and buy all of the Chase variants or something. But, I do think they're cool. I don't consider them a way to prey on people's wallets just because it's your choice to buy those Chase variants. You don't need them to enjoy the game. And for that matter, most of those Skylanders, really are basically commonly available in their regular forms. So I always take issue with the Skylander when it has a limited release in its original form, but I think that if the Chase variants weren't super rare, it would eliminate the entire draw of them. Scott424 asks, what new university are you going to? Read the shirt. This is the university I go to. Davis Harper says, what are the top 3 companies you would love to see Disney buy? None of them, because they own everything, and honestly, No one company should own as many things as Disney does, but if they were going to buy something, I wouldn't mind them getting back into the gaming industry. I did like when they made Infinity in-house. I thought that was really good, and I think that an in-house Disney game studio would actually be really good, especially for Marvel games, so they didn't have to keep letting them off to people like Square Enix and other people that make, their games for them. I think it'd be really good for not for Activision, for Disney to acquire a gaming studio or make their own. Pulse Spitfire says, if they make a Skylander 7, will you upload more about Skylanders? And I feel like that in recent events, the answer's pretty obviously yes. ThunderDragon17 asks, if Activision was not the publisher for Skylander 7 or anything Skylanders afterwards, who do you think would be a good choice? Despite the controversy that surrounds the company, I think that Ubisoft would be a really strong contender. They really did well with Starlink, and I really think that their flaw with Starlink was the way they released it and the fact that they did almost no marketing. I also think they leaned too heavily into their Nintendo partnership and didn't actually inspire much in the way of their original content. So personally, I think Ubisoft would be the best company in order to handle a Skylanders game. Justin G says, did they stop making Skylanders because they ran out of ideas, do you think? No, we pretty much know this isn't the case. If you've been watching the Brief History of Skylanders series, then you'll know that essentially the reason that they stopped making Skylanders games is because after Swap Force, all subsequent games had sales declines. Trap Team sold less than Swap Force, Superchargers sold less than Trap Team, and Imaginators sold less than Superchargers. So essentially every game went downhill, and I think that they saw the writing on the wall that any games after Imaginators just would not sell like the original games did, and that's ultimately why they decided to stop making Skylanders. So that was pretty much it in the way of questions on the last Ask Portalmaster. There were a few other comments and things like that, but essentially that was it. So I did want to briefly talk a little bit about what's going to be going on, in the next little batch of Ask Portalmaster stuff. I haven't quite determined how many questions we're going to aim for per episode, but essentially I don't want the episodes to go on as long as they have in the past. The last Ask Portalmaster was like almost 20 minutes long, and I want to try to condense that down to probably no longer than 12 minutes for each episode. So with that in mind, I will only be taking, my favorite questions from the comments. But if you keep asking different questions or so, you will probably eventually get a question featured in the episodes. So I hope you guys enjoy this series. If this isn't something you're interested in, too, let me know down in the comments. But I do think a lot of you are interested in this. Several of you guys did say that this is something you wanted to see. So just give me feedback, because I am still trying to work on getting this channel back up and running. So I just like to hear what you guys have to say. That's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Portalmaster. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to go follow me on both Twitter and Instagram, link down in the description, as well as hop in the Discord. And don't forget to leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Thanks again for watching. I just wanted to take some time to thank my generous patrons on Patreon, including APYT Skylanders, Haley, Cynder Clash, Adrian, OctoBoom, and the True Blue Dogemon.